Yeah. So if the AIs are going to be taking people's jobs, then it's very important that people not starve to death and still have money. And if companies are going to be using AIs and robots to take all these jobs, then that means that there needs to be some sort of taxation scheme or something to like make sure that people still have a slice of that pie. The pie is going to grow huge, but you still need to actually give people a slice of the pie. And our proposal for how to do that, we call it the citizens dividend. Basically, people have shares in a agency that sells permits to the robot companies and to the compute companies and makes profit from selling those permits. And then people have shares in that entity. It starts off small. It starts off something like $25,000 per person. And then by the end, it's something like $10 million per citizen.
Per person?
Per person per year.
Factoring in inflation? Like,
yes,
what do you mean? Factoring
in inflation.
So we're all going to be multi-millionaires?
Yes. If this happens, which it probably won't. But if it happens, this is where it will go. And again, this is the thing I want to emphasize is that if you get to the point where your AIs are close to being able to do all the research, and then you sort of pause and slow down, that means that like you still have a lot of transformation ahead of you. Because if you allow those AIs to like still proceed slowly and like start to automate various jobs and so forth, after some years, they will in fact have done that. And they will have, built huge amounts of new data centers, huge amounts of new chip fabs, huge amounts of new robots, robot factories, et cetera. We're not sure obviously how fast this will go exactly, but we've thought about it a lot and we have our guesses, and this is sort of like our median guess.
What does this mean, 2037, the apocalyptic arrival of truth on Earth?
Yeah, so like this is the point where we say they get to top expert level AI. So it's not super intelligence in the sense that it's not like vastly smarter than humans at things because they deliberately pause it at the level of top experts. So here they're going slow. Here they've just actually stopped. But they've stopped at a point where the AIs are just actually really good at everything. So kind of, they've definitely got AGI. Maybe they got like weak superintelligence. Because they have so many of these AIs and because they think faster than humans, they just run much faster. That's going to transform society dramatically. So we talk about some of the ways in which it transforms society. Like this is sort of life after work. We talk about what it would be like to be living on your citizens dividend and not have a job anymore in this sort of world. Here we talk about all the scientific changes and all the social changes that would come from all of the intellectual progress and activity that would be generated by all of these AIs. So, for example, here is things like cancer cures and like, people living in apartments that were built by robots 2 years ago.
2036. Providing, again, we stop in 2029.
Yeah.
And providing, this is a conservative timeframe.
Yeah, like, unfortunately, I actually think that things will happen faster than